Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing 3 little techniques and tips that you can use to spice up your build-up in your tracks, basically to amp up the drop, or either to just kind of add a little bit of your own flavor to it to make it more exciting if it needs to be, or just a little more crazier. So basically, mostly we're going to be using the beat effects, and we're going to be using the echo and the delay effect. So for the first one, we're going to be using the echo one, and if you guys are looking for the beat effects little section, it's usually on your mixer on Pioneer gear, and then if you have other pieces like that connect to the a laptop that aren't standalone pieces, they're usually up here in the top row just above the platters, and you can select on the computer the echo and the 1/2 effect. So in order to toggle the 1/2 effect, it usually comes at 1 beat, so it's just lagging every beat. That's probably the default setting, and then you have to go to 1/2 beat, so bump it down to 1/2, and there we go. I'm gonna be starting off with the drop with this track, Debris and Our Psycho Merta. It's on NCS, and yeah, basically all I need is my echo effect to be toggled and my channel to be set to whatever channel the track is on. So because it's my first channel, I'm gonna set it to 1, and there we go, we should have it. So basically the sweet spot is about at 9 o'clock, and then more it gets kind of crazier. Add some filter in there, and then turn it off before the fill. Yeah, so basically that was the very first one. What you saw me do there was just basically twist the level of it to around 9 o'clock. So anywhere between 9 to 12 o'clock will give you a nice effect with the echo 1/2. And I think you have to move it from wherever 7 to 9 to actually hear the effect, because it's so light. And then usually you can either stretch it into the fill, so where the vocals are usually before drop, or you can just cut it right before that starts, so where the buildup ends. And you just cut it down, and that's it, and there's no more effect, and you can have a clean drop. So the second effect that we're going to be using to spice up the build-up is the delay. So for the delay, we're basically going to be starting from 1/8, around 59 ms. And then what we're going to be doing, this one's a little bit trickier, but we're going to be turning up the level on it, and then as the last 4 beats of the build-up play, we're going to twist the time all the way to 1 ms. So we're basically compressing the delay by a lot. So I'll show you how this looks. So right now I don't really need to do it. Start to do it around the little last 4 bars. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys heard it there, it's super subtle, but essentially what we're doing is we're going from 1/8 to, or maybe even 1/4 if you can twist the knob that quickly, but basically we're jumping to 1 ms, and it creates this kind of delayed, compressed sort of filter slash flangery effect, but a lot lighter. It's basically a signature move from Martin Garrix and a lot of the stamped artists, but let's try that one more time. You can start to slowly crank it down. Yeah, so that was the second effect. That was the going to the delay 1% effect. And then for this last one, it's a little bit more trickier. I made a whole tutorial on this one, but it's actually using the acapella that Martin Garrix is famous for, which is the put your hands up in the air acapella.
Put your hands up in the air. Put your
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you guys have heard that one. But anyways, I'll link you guys to the video where you guys can download this preset for free in the top hand corner, or you can just Google the Put Your Hands Up in the Air Martin Garrix effect on YouTube and you'll find it. And then from there, just download it. It comes at 126 the BPM. So for this one, we're gonna have to bump it up to 128. And I personally like to put the cue right on the first word, and it automatically puts it just before that. But if you want the timing to be right, I'd suggest putting it there. I also put a hot cue there. And what we're going to be doing is also turning up the trim because it's quite quiet. But we're going to be waiting to just before, like a beat before the snare starts to start. So just before the build up, you're going to have time to put your the two words like that just before the snare starts. So it's kind of tricky. I'm going to show it to you guys right now. So yeah, that was basically the whole effect. Now, if you guys didn't catch it, I'm gonna do it one more time for you, and then I'm just gonna also pull up the vocal of it so you guys can hear me mixing it in. It's gonna take a little bit to get the hang of this actual technique, but shouldn't be that difficult. Or if you guys want to make it a little bit easier, you guys can move it to just before that, and then mix it in straight on the snare. Might be actually a bit easier, so let's try that out. So yeah, that was a pretty easy effect once you get the hang of it, and it's super awesome. Vocals are super cool and just unique, and not a lot of DJs do them. But yeah, anyways, you guys can try that one out for yourself. Try with a bunch of different build-ups. Some they do work, some they don't work with. Try ones that don't have vocals in the build-ups, so you can have this one just playing clearly without having to mash it up with different, vocals. But yeah, anyways, so hope you guys enjoyed these 3 tips on how to spice up your build-up. If you guys want more tutorials, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you later. Peace.